done? I have caused so much pain and so much death. I set myself on a path for revenge, a grim path that has led me to the inevitable ending I had foreseen. Despite my apprehension, I went through with my plan to take revenge on Claudius. In the crossfire of our epic rivalry, far greater lives were lost than ours. And all for what? For the appeasement of a mere apparition? Why, that may have been the devil for all I know. I received no word on whether or not my wicked deeds were done in vain. Perhaps I imagined the whole thing. Oh, heavens, forgive me. What have I done?
My son, although I am glad to once again be reunited with you, it still brings me great sorrow to see you here.
What wickedness is this? Forced once again to behold this conniving phantom?
Hamlet, how come you speak not to me? Please apprise me of what led you here.
What be my purpose here? What led me here was your treachery.
My son, you speak with such rage. What have I done to merit this anger? I would never have requested such a villainous deed from you if I did not believe you could succeed.
I was able to succeed, Father. I was minded to take revenge on your murderer, and I did. Claudius is dead, but celebrate we shall not.
I know not what you endeavored, son. I have the deepest sympathy for what I have put you through.
This is not about me, Father.
'Tis not? Then why have you such anger, such sadness?
It's Mother.
What about your mother?
I loved her. Although I found her incestuous acts abominable, I tried to keep her safe. I even told her of Claudius's murderous tendencies, but I'm afraid I failed.
How, son? How did you fail?
Mother is dead. I watched her die. I watched the stomach that bore me limply deflate as she drew her last breath. I watched the eyes that I have known since I was a bairn lose their light as she lost her life. I watched the lips that I have kissed goodnight thousands of times slowly part as her soul seemingly left her carcass.
Oh, Hamlet, what agony these words do bring me.
As they do me, Father.
What have you done? I asked you to leave her be. Leave her to heaven? That's the one thing I asked.
The one thing you asked? You asked me to murder my own uncle. You asked that I devise a plan of revenge to compensate for your murder. You were the one at fault for Mother's death. If you had not asked me to bear such a heavy burden, the outcomes would have been far different.
It was a heavy burden, but I believed you to be competent. I was wrong to have put my faith in you.
You were wrong to put your faith in me? I succeeded. Claudius is dead. I was more than competent, Father. Your beloved widow died at the same hands as the man who killed you.
Claudius? But how?
Mother drank a chalice of poisoned wine, meant to reach my very own lips, to polish me off.
My brother, my best friend since birth, murdered me, taking not only my life, but my family, my kingdom, my crown. Then he poisoned my beloved and beautiful wife, Gertrude, with a chalice of wine meant for my son. The things I wish I could convey to that wretched man.
Worry not, Father, for he got what he deserved. Death at the hand of your son, forced to drink from the same cup that had only moments earlier killed his own wife. Mother? I wished I would not find you here. I prayed you'd find a safe haven in heaven.
I'm afraid not, Hamlet. People who take their own lives do not go to heaven.
Gertrude, why do you say such things? Our son disclosed to me that you died at the hand of my brother, Claudius.
'Tis true I drank the poisoned wine meant for Hamlet, but it was no accident.
Why would you intentionally take your own life, Mother?
To save you, my son. After you told me of Claudius's despicable role in your father's death, I came to terms with the monster I had married. When we were at the arena and Claudius insisted on you drinking from the chalice of wine, I knew in my heart what I had to do. I drank from the cup, knowing it would bring my own demise. It is a sacrifice that I made for my son, one that I would make again in a heartbeat. My only regret is to see that I could not save you from where you are. Why are you here, Hamlet?
Laertes, Mother. He poisoned the tip of his foil. After he struck me with it, I had limited time to live.
Oh, Gertrude, I have missed your eternal beauty. It brings me such regret to hear the pain my actions have caused both of you.
It is not your fault, my king. The one to blame is your brother Claudius. I cannot express how sorry I am that I fell victim to his deceptions.
He fooled us all.
Not I.
'Tis true. Hamlet was weary of Claudius. He would not let him fill the shoes of his father, for only you could do that.
I'm glad to hear that, my son.
Although we were brought back together by such uneasy circumstances, I am elated to have my family back.
As am I.
And I.
I believe I must go. I cannot be around this wretched man. I love you, my brood, but I must depart.
I must go with you, Mother. I have dealt with this incestuous agnate for too long.
My brother, how lovely it is to see you here.
Take no steps further towards me or my king. After all the grief you've caused Denmark, I scoff to believe you'd even have the courage to look me in the eye.
This is my home now, the home you've sent me to, for my stay on the throne of Denmark was for too brief a moment.
Purgatory is your home as much as it is mine. You'll promptly be banished to hell, to forever burn in its inferno. You freely rejected the grace of God, and by the virtue of that transgression, you've been condemned to damnation.
Oh, my twin, you're simply fuming since Gertrude came into my arms so quickly after your departure.
My departure? You mean my murder? You, my own kin, took my life right out from under me. You took my kingdom, my wife, my people. You tried to take my beloved son, but he was too smart for your devilish ways. So no, brother, I did not just depart. I was lynched for your diabolical cause.
These are all meager details, Hamlet. What's past is past. Now, if I'm so guilty of these acts, why am I here in purgatory and not damned to hell already?
God knows of our unfinished business. He knows I must save my peace before I'm sent up to heaven to rest beside him for the rest of eternity. How I've stirred here since your homicidal acts, watching the havoc you've let loose upon my kingdom of Denmark. And you, the devil awaits you. You'll meet him soon enough.
Brother.
Do not call me brother. I no longer share anything with you but a superficial resemblance. The equivalent blood of ours has stopped flowing.
Hamlet, no matter what you do, we will always be brothers. That will remain unaltered.
If this must be so, then you subsist as Cain, and I am Abel, the murderer and the murdered. Oh, the way you've made me suffer.
We all must suffer in life. Brother, I only brought you here sooner. This is where you are always meant to be. I simply completed God's work for him. Evermore, it is by your own son's hand that I am here. If I'm following the road to perdition, young Hamlet isn't far behind.
My son has only acted lethally to even the scales that you yourself have tipped. A seat will be carved beside me where he will rest for eternity in the promised land.
Your son is of more guilt than I am, for in his path to vengeance he has caused the death of so many.
The supposed deaths you speak of were orchestrated by you yourself.
How say you that? I had no part in the death of my dear friend Polonius, and no part in the acts that drove that dear, beautiful Ophelia mad.
Oh, but by and by, your actions have caused a despicable chain reaction, leading to the chaos that was the end of your life. You started all of this, and now I shall end it.
Oh, my brother, doth this be the true direction of your intentions? You know I've always been superior.
Of that, we will see. Oh, Claudius, you seem a little degenerating, finding it challenging to kill me when I am not sleeping.
Oh, no, brother, for I am just warming up. Oh, I am struck in agony, but this shall not stop me from proving my improving arm.
You have overcome me once again, Claudius. I may have lost, but I will still spend eternity next to the divine Lord. I could not say the same for you. Goodbye to my loving wife and son. May I see them again in the promised land.
What have you done? My king! May we meet again.
My lady, for you are once again mine.
As I shall forever stay, my king.
Lay thy lips upon me.
Happily.
My lady, thou hast betrayed me.
I was never yours. I belong to my king and my son.
Why do you say such things?
I feel like a free woman.
At this point in the story, Julia shaves her beard.
Please.
Claudius shaves his beard. Because in the purgatory, beards are not a cool thing. And he's just trying to keep it hip.
He's just trying to keep it funky fresh.
That's right, always.